Hey guys, I'm Felix Hartmann, and as many of you, I'm just a millennial, 22 years old, but in those years, I've become the CEO of funders.com. I have worked with countless startups, creators, and businesses to launch products, from app launches with 20,000 downloads to launching my own book that I wrote that became an instant Amazon bestseller, and over time have worked with countless other ventures. Today, I want to work with you and teach you about how to use Twitter to its full extent. Now, over the past year, a lot of people have been saying that Twitter's dead, Twitter's dying, and soon the platform really won't be going anywhere. But I think I'm here today to tell you the opposite, that it's still a very viable platform that can make you a lot of profits and that can be a very great resource for your clients. Just to give you some recent numbers, as of 2016, there's still 320 million active users on Twitter every single month. So, to be honest, it is far from that and is actually thriving quite well. So now we want to talk about how can we actually harness the power of Twitter and how you can use it to create clients and increase brand loyalty. So the first thing you need to do when it comes to Twitter is to actually actively listen. And that means you have to figure out what does your audience want to hear and where are they located. So you basically have to reverse engineer the process and think to yourself, if I want to if I want to go to this restaurant, what would I write? So for example, if you're hungry, what are you writing? If you're going to the dentist, what would you write? So you basically need to think in the terms of what would your user think. And to give you an example, I published my book, Dark Age. We talked about it another time briefly. And what I did with Twitter is I basically built all my marketing on simply Twitter and Instagram. And the way I utilized Twitter is that I thought, there must be tons of readers on Twitter. What are they saying? How are they finding books across it? And what I realized is that, Twitter kind of limits me in what I can do. Videos don't really go too well. Pictures are okay. But people go there for the quick messages, the quick singer that really resonates with them, that they feel like it's worth a retweet, that's worth a like, that's worth sharing with their friends. So what I ended up doing is I started posting quotes from the book and got a lot of engagement on it. So as it comes to listening, and I hope you can see this clearly, you got to reverse engineer the process. So figure out, if you were the customer, what are you tweeting and what are you searching for and what kind of hashtags are you using? Now, the second most important part that comes with Twitter is actual communication, because the way Twitter stands out from all the other platforms is, in a way, it's like giving the world your phone number, because in a way anybody can text you if they wanted to, anybody can tweet at you and give you their thoughts, and it's their organic and their original thoughts, meaning it's not just a comment of what they think about your picture, it's just anything that's on their mind. It could be a question, it could be a complaint, it could be a piece of gratitude of why they like you so much. So number two is communicate. And the way this plays out, for example, with my book, is the really cool thing about why I'm big on Twitter now is sometimes I put actually in my book, which no authors really do, I put my Twitter handle in there. So when people read my book and they finish and they like it, I've gotten multiple tweets from them where they send me a picture of the finished book and with some words of how they liked it. And one day, for example, I wake up and I saw some random girl from Finland that I've never met, never heard of in my life, told me she loved the book, she just finished it. So this Twitter is the perfect place for you to actually have one-on-one interactions with your fans without losing too much time, because you don't want to get emails from the world, you don't want to get texts from the world, but it's a perfect go-to place for people to really engage with you. So how can you utilize that for your social media marketing agency? Let's say, for example, you work with a restaurant. The main thing you want to, now that you know where your audience communicates and what they say, here's how you engage with them once it comes to communication. One of the keys is you look, for example, for people that talk about your competitors. Let's say, for example, there's a big scandal going on with Burger King. And then what big accounts often do, and what McDonald's could, for example, do, is actually reply to a lot of those complaint tweets and tell them of how they're doing it better and like, oh, well, we'll have you, or go a mile further, you know what, and offer them discount codes. So while your competitor messes up, you're giving them the angry customers free coupons to come by. And you can utilize this on a local scale too. You know, I mean, when you go that route, you know, it's a little bit aggressive, but you know, it works. It really builds brand. So let's say pizza shop A has a health inspection or something, and then your pizza shop that you get paid $1,000 a month for, you say, hey, you know what? We're going to reply to all these tweets complaining about pizza shop A and tell them you should come by to ours. We're having a special today. You know, and this is why Twitter is special, because with Instagram you don't have the capability. With Snapchat you don't have the capability, because on Instagram and Snapchat it's more you telling the story. Twitter is all about listening. You come back to your fans and even the people that don't know about you yet, and you engage them. And that's where communication comes in. Now, once you have them, you want to guide them back, you know, not just to follow you, but also to get involved in your company. So go to your dentist or go to your restaurant. And that's where point 3 comes in. And that I like to separate them, because communicating is basically talking, but engaging is a whole nother level. So part 3 is engagement. The way, and I always want to bring this back because I want to base it on my own expertise. What I did with my book, for example, I pinned to the top an offer. I said, I put the summary of the book, and I said, some of the retweet this for a chance to win a pre-release signed copy. And I'd never published a book before. You know, I was a new guy, maybe 1,000 followers, a couple thousand followers on Twitter. And all of a sudden, you know, in a few days, I woke up and I was like, holy shit, you know, I've got, or holy damn, if you want to cut. I've got 350 retweets on this thing. You know, so out of nowhere, like I was getting more retweets than some celebrities get. And that really drove it home, because it didn't just lead to retweets, and people saw it, new people followed me. Some people, not now, because they didn't just retweet me saying please retweet, they retweeted the summary of the book. So now all, like, the friends and fans of 350 people saw the summary of my book and they read it, and I'm sure at least, you know, if 5% of them just saw it and like, wow, this is really cool, I want to check it out. Now they went to my Amazon page, now they checked it out and they bought it. And for the cost of what? Maybe let's say 5 books. 5 books cost me printing $5. For $25 and some shipping, I was able to reach probably at that point hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million plus people. So it's really powerful. Now, the way you apply this to your social media marketing agency is if you work with a restaurant, for example. Again, you can offer a special. You can offer a coupon. If you work with a club, maybe you give away the VIP section for a night. Or, you know, that's where your creativity comes in. But it basically applies with anything. Think about, and this goes back to here, think about, listen, what do your users want? What do people that go to those kind of restaurants, that go to those kind of institutions want? What are they looking for? And now offer that to them for free for example, a retweet, for a follow. And that will allow you to rapidly grow your audience, but also make them get involved in the real world. Because the bottom line is, the reason these people are paying you is not just to grow their vanity and grow that they have 1,000 followers, 2,000 followers, 5,000 followers. What they really care about is the bottom line. They want to get people to walk in the door and pay. And when you get that, you can also raise your rates a lot, because the thing is, let's say a dentist, he can make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of a client. So if you bring him 10 clients, you could charge him $10,000. You know, some of these people in these industries make tons of money for one single client. So as long as you bring a handful of them in the door, or even better, hundreds, you're in a completely different ballgame now. And you can raise your rates by so much, because money speaks for itself. And the way to really bring it full circle back to you is to, when you do these giveaways, do a specific code, or to give them something that tells the business owners that they came through Twitter. Because a lot of these business owners, let's say you're in the big league already, they're paying you $10,000 a month. They want to, you know, every now and then they want to reassess, like, you know, is it really worth this? Like, is it paying off in the end? So when you do these kind of giveaways, not only is it driving business, not only is it, you know, engaging users to follow you, it's validating you as a business, you as the social media marketing agency, showing that you can now also put that on an infographic if you want to, and say, because of our giveaway, we created, you know, $50,000 more in business for our client in 2 days. You know, and that's a singer already. You know, that's something you can use to get dozens of clients. So in the end, kind of want to wrap this up to give you the most value in the shortest time. When it comes to Twitter, first of all, forget the naysayers that say Twitter is dead, because maybe in 5 years it is dead, but right now there's still 320 million active users on there every single month. That's 320 million possible clients with dollars in their pocket. So key one, listen to them. Go out and seek out your audience. Reverse engineer. Think, if I was that person, if I was looking for a dentist, what would I tweet? If I was hungry, what would I tweet? So figure out, what are they saying? What are they looking for? What are they interested in? Now communicate with them. If they're complaining to competitors, respond to them. Be the bigger player. If they're complaining to you, also make sure that you respond to them, and be kind. Show them that you care about your customers. Make sure that maybe you messed up. Maybe one of their locations messed up, one of the employees messed up. But you as an organization are bigger than that. You want to show them, you know what, next 2 times are on us. Something like that. And also, if somebody says thank you, or says like, wow, we just had the greatest meal at this place, retweet it, because that's social proof. It's you praising yourself, nobody's really interested in it. But if people are interested, every single time somebody said, wow, I love this book, I retweet, people now, so at some point, my whole feed was merely other people saying how great it was. Because anything that I would say is only a tenth as powerful as some random stranger going out of their way to tell you how great you are. And then at the end, engage, because there's only so much we can do here, because engaging is all about growth. So in order to grow, offer something, give something away for free that they are interested in, and then use that to A, bring some real profit into the doors of your clients, B, grow your audience, and C, validate yourself as a social media marketing agency, because this is what will prove you how much money you're really bringing your clients, and that will be the greatest X factor and sales factor you can use to really grow your business in the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you feel free to contact me sometime online. If you need some more advice, you can follow me at Felix_Hartmann on Twitter. It's at Felix_Hartmann on Instagram, and at Felix O. Hartmann on Twitter. And any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you.